Hey folks, Heretic here. Today in the Battlegrounds, we have patch 31.6.1 dropping today. You shouldn't have to do anything. It's server side, it just goes live. But here's what's changing. First, we have some pool changes. Captain Bone Render has returned to the minion pool. I'm not sure what exactly was going on with this minion, but they took it out almost immediately or never actually hit the live pool. I'm not sure which one it was. I saw the thing saying it was going out of the pool, but I never actually saw it being used by anybody on day one, so who knows what happened there. Onyxia has been temporarily removed from the hero pool. No idea why that happened, but there we go. And Raynor is now banned in dragon lobbies. Now this should come as little surprise to anyone who's been playing in dragon lobbies where there's a Raynor and they know about Poet, and just the fact that you can add so much attack to your board permanently by having that Raynor minion going first, and then having Poets in the background making your dragons just keep those buffs forever with shields. It gets pretty ridiculous pretty fast, amongst a slew of other good things that the Raynor thing already has, so let's not use that with dragons, just please. Next, we have some hero changes. First, we have Kerrigan, Queen of Blades, now has more armor, up to 18. And yeah, you kind of have to put it around 18, if not, say, 25 for me to want to play it, and even then, I'm still like, my rerolls will probably give me something better than Kerrigan. I find it underwhelming at best, and I'm just not generally interested in it. But maybe at 18, it'll do a little better for other people. I know initially I just don't want to play it, so All levels of Jim Raynor's advanced ballistics upgrade now give less attack, and that's because it was just giving too much attack. So this makes sense. We expected some balances around Raynor, maybe even more after this, but we'll see, as this is at least a good initial start. And Carrier has been removed from Artanis's Protoss pool. I mean, this is probably the one I like the best. Give me an Undead Beast lobby and I'm gonna happily take this and go nuts. But now I'm a lot less likely to, I mean, not a lot less likely, but less likely. I still like this hero a lot. Carrier's very interesting. So Artanis still has a little place where I want to play him, but this was a big motivator, so it's really going to detract some of me wanting to play it, but what can you do? Now we have some updated Anomaly bans, which become really obvious if you played any of these games why they're doing them. If not, you might be like, well, what's the problem? Ysera is banned from Emergency Landing, and that's because, I mean, dragons, already you get one every time you hit refresh, but if you could just start removing everything else from the pool, you can make it so you can build the perfect dragon board pretty fast with Ysera, and pretty dependably is really the problem, so it makes sense. Match fixing is banned in duos, and I don't really play much duos, so I'm not sure why, but who knows. Line in the Sand, we now have Captain Hooktusk, Malagos, Tess, and Scabs all banned for various reasons. Golganaz Tempest, you now can no longer get knockoff Wisdom Ball, the spell in, and well, that's pretty obvious why. Minions cost 2 gold, and you can't refresh, but when you buy a minion, it refreshes. So if you spend 2 gold on the spell, play it, and then, well, yeah, there's a bunch of minions you want, but you can only buy one of them because then it refreshes, kind of reduces the value of it. You still could argue there's a little bit, because at least you're limiting it to 1 tribe for a refresh, but hardly worth it. Uncompensated Upset, Snake Eyes is banned. Well, Snake Eyes generates a lot of extra gold. Minions cost 1 gold, and Snake Eyes will give you a ton of minions quick. It makes complete sense why this is being banned, and makes you go, why was it initially? And the answer is, there's just too many heroes. Sometimes you don't think of every combination. This one was quickly identified and fixed. So Cosmic Duality has seen some changes. Cthulhu and Pyramid are both removed from the pick, and Rockmaster Voon is the first pick, then Artanis, Phelan, Maev, and Thorm are banned as the second picks, and that's because of various combinations that can happen that make sense. So, fine with that change. Golden Arena, Cho'Gall, and Madame Goya are banned because, well, yeah, disgusting. Let's not. I don't do many duos, but I still can see the writing on the wall why that's bad. Factory line, we now no longer can take AFK, Phelan, Raynor, Artanis, Kerrigan, for reasons of, oh, you're gonna let them copy those really amazing minions they get every 2 turns, and just the way it turns out leveling and everything and various hero powers, it's just a little too consistent with those heroes. I mean, picture AFK who's like, hey, here's my tier 3 minions, I'm gonna copy them. It just gets kind of disgusting, so it makes complete sense. No face, no case, we're now banning Rockmaster Voon, Raynor, Artanis, and Kerrigan from? Well, because hero powers, again, for the most part. In the case of Voon, you can just make triples pretty easily and then start copying them. Or you could just sit there and keep copying the Faceless Manipulator in your hand with Voon. It's just nasty combinations, and that's just the nature of the beast. Definitely these changes needed to be made. Incubation, Mutation, we're now banning mechs and undead. This is the one where minions with no type are all types. Now, I feel it's really easy to understand with undead. Why? Because, you know, if that aura is on every single minion, even the neutral ones, that gets kind of ridiculous. But I don't know off the top of my head why that's targeting mech specifically, unless it's because of Kangors just being kind of useless at that point. I'm not sure what they're going for with the mech one. It's probably obvious. I just haven't run into it with them. I've only had this one once. Now we've got some bug fixes and quality of life improvements. First, we've got fixed a bug when re-rolling a hero option with Anomaly that grants extra armor. Did it grant the extra armor to the new hero? Whoops, that easy one is like the tier 7 Anomaly, where everyone gets 10 extra armor, but you don't like your hero, so you re-roll it, you don't think about it, you're like, oh, trade Prince Gallywix, I'll play him, and all of a sudden, you're naked and afraid and probably going to die. Great fix. Fixed a bug where Jim Rainer's missile pod only worked in the first combat. I did encounter this bug. Luckily, the upgrade was free when I did it, so I didn't care that much, but it did seem to be doing significantly less damage, and now I understand why. It worked the one time, and then later I'm like, is it not doing it? So that makes sense. We knew there was something off with the way it felt, but good fix. Fixed a bug where playing the first Caduceus reactor upgrade spell of the game would generate another upgrade spell in the tavern. I hadn't encountered that, but apparently somebody noticed it was happening, so good fix to, you know, rein in the Rainers a little bit. Fixed a bug where spawning Kerrigan's hero power with Sir Finley didn't grant the larva. Oh, that's painful. Can you imagine? You're like, well, no good heroes. I'll take Finley. You take Finley, your heroes pop up, you're like, oh, Kerrigan's the best. Okay, click on that. You don't get the larva. Yeah, that's a very good fix. I feel bad for any Finley players who encountered that. Fixed a text display bug with secret culprit quest reward. No idea what that was, but good it's fixed. Fixed a visual bug where anomalous wisdom ball would refresh each turn. Visual bug? So did it show it kind of working, but then nothing happened, or I don't know, but there you go. Turned off Spacefarer's effect. It was a bit much, and it was a lot. I've seen this one. It was way too much, so fantastic fix. Battlegrounds Duos bug now fixed a bug where Sandy transforming into a battle cruiser brought upgrades to the tavern during the combat phase. What? Okay, I definitely haven't seen that, but I love it. That one is completely wacky, and I would be incredibly confused when that popped up, but here we go. That's all the fixes. That is the adjustments we've had. It's only been a few days. What do you think? Do you like these changes? I feel like they're actively trying to get on top of some of these problems and fix them before they're, you know, a little more nagging, a little more serious. Anomalies are all over the place, right? Some days you feel like you've got an incredible board, and no matter how good you are, somehow someone's even a little better. Then other times you're incredibly weak, but all of a sudden you just pop off. Anomalies are silly in how much the games swing. Do you enjoy that? Are you liking them? Personally, I'm enjoying them, but I'm going to admit at moments, like always, anytime it's really swingy, it feels bad. But overall, the experience, I think, is pretty good. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I'm excited to hear. Thanks for watching all. I hope you had a good one. I'll see you on the Battlegrounds. Until then, later.